First of all, Ekpe, thanks for sharing your time with us. It's nice to see you here in Manila. We saw you were watching Serbia game against South Sudan. So can you tell us something from what you have seen there?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here, especially representing the Hawks and supporting our players. But the game last night or in the afternoon was a good game. Started off close, but then Serbia imposed their will. Really shot the ball really well. Bogey had a really good game. Milutinov, he dominated in the paint. But it was fun. Now I also wanted to see the young Sudanese player. Sudanese player, 16-year-old. So that was good to see him competing. And then, just being able to watch basketball.
Okay, you mentioned Bogey had a good game. He scored 23 points. He had 6 3-point shots made. Are you satisfied with how he looks on the court
they're winning.
what he's doing on the court right now?
I mean, they're winning.
Yeah,
that's what matters in this format. And he's showing us his leadership as well.
Yeah.
With this team, he's one of the older guys on this team, so they're really going to need his leadership as they continue on march to try to medal and get a gold.
Is it strange for you when you see Bogdan on the court and now you are an assistant coach in Hawks?
From this side, it's definitely different, especially when people greet me like, "Hey, coach," it kind of catches me off guard. I'm getting used to it, but it's all part of the transition, all part of the process, and I'm enjoying it so far. But to see Bogey, play together and now watch him, and at some point may give him a tip or so in the game. That'll be great. Just full circle moment.
Yeah. Did you had the time to speak with Bogdan since you retired as a player? And
we just sent some texts back and forth.
Okay. What did he told you?
He was happy. He was excited. And he knew before it happened that I was coming over. So, it's great.
Okay. Also, yesterday we saw Nikola Jovic scoring 25 points. He had a really big game in Mundo Basket. So, can you tell us what impression did he left on you?
This is my first time really getting to see him.
Okay.
Up close in person. I mean, he had a good game. He shot the ball well. Used his athleticism. Was able to get into the paint. So he did a really good job. And just he gets it within the flow, of the team.
Yeah. How do you see the Serbia team this year? We miss a couple of really important players. Bogdan is amongst the most experienced players with Stefan Jovic. And what are your thoughts about everything that's happening in Serbia?
I think they're doing a great job competing. Per usual. They'll have a test tomorrow against Italy.
Of course.
I wish I could stay for that game. That'll be a really good game. But what I just see, you get to see the leadership from the two players you mentioned, and then this next generation. And what Serbia will look like going forward. But I know Bogey is focused on now and trying to medal and get to that championship game.
Let's talk a little bit about your ending of career and the moment when you decided to become a coach. You had some injury issues, and what was the moment when you decided to, end your professional career and go into coaching?
Well, I mean, after I sat out probably the first half of the year, I was able to accept a contract in Japan.
Okay, yeah.
Probably 5 months between two teams. So my last game, I kind of had, maybe this could be my last game. So,
really?
I need to end with a bang, and we were able to get a win, so that really helped me. But I think it was time. I think, when it's time, and then a great opportunity, like the one I had presented itself, especially with Quinn Snyder, who I played for. pretty much like a mentor in a sense for this coaching space. So it was a great opportunity. I didn't want to let pass up because not everybody gets that opportunity. You know, who am I to just try to blow it off? So, wanted to take it by the reins, and here I am, starting my coaching journey.
Yeah. Do you miss basketball? It's been only 2 months since you decided to enter a coaching career, but do you miss basketball when you're watching?
A little bit, the assistant GM is Kyle Corbin, and they like to play pickup.
Yeah.
Right. And I told them, you got to give me about 6 months, to get the game out of me. But I miss it a little bit. But I understand my purpose and mission now. So I just take that and feed it into play within the Hawks and whoever I may have contact with.
You played under Quinn Snyder in Utah.
Yes,
now
sir.
you will work in his coaching staff. How he's like as a coach?
I like to call him a mad scientist.
Mad scientist.
He's very detail oriented.
Yeah.
And when it comes to basketball, he puts it all. And you can tell how much he loves the game and loves pushing the game forward.
Yeah.
So like I said, it was a great opportunity. And just to be able to learn from one of the great basketball minds, I think will take me a long way.
Are you thinking about maybe coaching yourself someday?
For sure. I mean, of course I'd love to become a head coach. I think that's the dream once you well, it's not the dream, but I would like to become a head coach at some point in my future.
Atlanta Hawks had some big talents in their team. Trae Young for only one side, and we have Bogdan Bogdanovic also. What are your thoughts on Atlanta Hawks team?
I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Okay, yeah.
And I think we'll be fine. When Coach Snyder will be able to introduce his offense and defensive schemes, and we'll just continue to push the players and see what happens. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Okay, yeah.
Those are my thoughts. I'm just looking forward to getting there and in OTAs, and then when practice starts, really getting after it and learning and trying to push the guys as much as I can.
Tell me, last year was really important for Serbian basketball in a matter that Nikola Jokic led Denver Nuggets to their first championship trophy and everything. You were playing at the center position, but everyone is saying that Nikola is something different. Can you tell me something about
I think
him and his play?
The way he plays is, cause when you look at center, the big men in the NBA, usually athletic, he isn't as athletic, but he's very skilled. He can do everything on the court, and he showed his leadership as well. Was able to carry Denver and give them whatever they needed, game in and game out. And he's what, 20? How old is he?
8.
So he's 28. I mean, he has another decade or so, playing this style. So I mean, it's really fun to see what he's able to do, and it'll be really, really interesting to see how he comes back on this year's campaign. See if they can, try to get a back-to-back.
I also spoke with Jonas Valanciunas, and we spoke about how big guys are almost stealing the show here at Mundo Basket. We have Nikola Milutinov, who is playing really good for Serbia, Jonas Valanciunas for Lithuania, Nikola Vucevic, Karl Anthony Towns. Are the times changing? Are the centers?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet.
But I mean, it's a good start because you name the players, and then you have Embiid, Bam, Adebayo.
Yes,
I mean, there's definitely talent, and they're making noise, right? But it's still a guard game in a sense, right? But the more Jokic continues to dominate Embiid as well, and these guys continue to bring their level and play up, it could change for sure.
As a guy who played both in EuroLeague at the highest level and also in the NBA league, what are the differences? What are the biggest differences between the two competitions?
I would say spacing.
Okay.
Is really big. Some of the rules, like you can't be in the paint 3 seconds.
Yeah.
The athleticism.
Of course.
And then I would say every game isn't weighted as heavy in the NBA as in Europe. As we all know, every game means something.
Yeah.
It's not the same in the NBA. But those, maybe a couple more, but those are the main ones.
As a guy who also played for Željko Obradović, one of the biggest coaching minds in European basketball, did his example led you a bit, to a decision to go to coaching role?
I think that's come with all of my coaches in my career, and just being able to be present, regardless of my role, and paying attention to what the coaches did, the plays they drew up, and the scheme, and ask why. Why this, why that?
Yeah.
I think I've taken something from a lot of coaches. I've had some great coaches. Obradović is definitely up there at the top of the list. So just been able to take and learn, and now I'll be able to put that forward.
Can you tell us something? What did you learn from Željko? Everyone is talking about how he has a brilliant mind. That he's one of the best coaches ever, and everything, that he's good as a coach, as well as being a friend to everyone, to players and everything. What was your experience with
I think he thrives within the small details.
Okay.
Getting open, making the right pass, timing. He's going to get on the best player and the player who may not play.
Yeah.
So he holds everybody accountable. I think that goes for just the way he lives his life. So I had a great experience. We were able to win one. We lost a close one, but we were able to get a championship.
Are you still in contact with him?
From time to time, but not as much.
You played with Bogdan in Fenerbahce, also with Nikola Kalinic. What was your experience, having two Serbian guys?
It was fun. Those two guys, coach Vladi, our assistant, the strength guy. We had a good time. I'm just very excited to see what Bogey's been able to accomplish since he's left Europe into the NBA, and then what he continues to do here on with his national team.
And Kalinic?
Kalinic, I'm happy. I think last year he was in Barcelona.
Yes.
And he's still there this year.
Yes.
I know he's there with Jan Vesely.
Yes.
So it was great to see. Barcelona is one of the elite teams. I know they had a coaching change, so we'll see if they can figure something out and get a championship.
You played a huge role in winning the EuroLeague title in 2017. Many have spoken since that if you didn't had such good games, and winning the MVP title, that probably Kalinic or Bogdan would have that title in their hand. Have you spoke about it? How
with them?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily with them. That's funny. No, I haven't really spoken about that. It was just whatever the team needed. And we had been there the year prior, so we knew if we got to Istanbul, if we just made it to the Final Four, we would have an advantage with our fans.
Of course, yeah.
So it just whatever it took that weekend to get that championship.
When you decided to go to Utah Jazz. What was your expectation? From everything, from organization, from your game, from the league.
I mean, just the opportunity to play in the best league again. That was my biggest focus. Giving myself a chance. I look back. I talk with my close friends, and we talk about whether if I could stay or win. But I'm happy with the decision I made.
You had really illustrious career. You went to USA, you came back to Europe, you went to China, then Japan. What was your experience in China and Japan?
Man, I've been blessed. I've been really able to travel the world.
Yeah.
Playing the game I love. China was fun. Japan is probably my favorite country.
Yeah.
Just
good.
as far as living.
Yeah.
It's just peaceful. Amazing. I love sushi, so I would eat sushi in the morning for breakfast. But it was fun, just to see a different part of the world and compete, playing the game I love, and then learning a little bit about the culture was great. It was a great experience.
Can you tell me, are you watching European basketball, EuroLeague, for example? Or?
I watch EuroLeague. Yes, I have a couple of friends who still play.
Okay.
But of course, I always watch. Wherever O'Brien is at. I know James Nunley's on the team.
Yeah, you watch the Partizan.
Yeah, I watch Partizan. I will watch Bologna.
Okay.
A couple of my guys are on there.
Okay.
Milan. Messina.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. I mean, mainly just teams I know people. I watch Fener for Motley, but and then Monaco from time to time.
You mentioned that you watched Partizan. Partizan was very close to going to Final Four tournament. How did you see the Partizan games under Željko?
I mean, crowd was very into it. The crowd was special. They had a chance. That's all you can ask for, to have a chance to make it to the Final Four. I know that, retooled. Hunter is back, giving guys a chance to be in the same system, for more than one season. So it should bode well for them. Hopefully they can make that run and get into the Final Four. Anything can happen then.
Many European talents are going to the NBA very early on, in early ages. Do you see any talent in Europe right now that you see that can, make something in the NBA?
You would have to say the name. Are we talking about kids who aren't, or players who aren't professionals, or are professionals? Or?
Who are professionals right now who are still not in the NBA?
Oh, that is not. I don't know. I don't watch the younger talent.
Okay.
More so when I was in Finland, I could keep up, but being all over the place is hard. Time changes and things like that.
Did you watch the Victor Wembanyama maybe, because there's a huge hype around him?
Yeah, I just seen the clips. I never really watched the games. I'm interested to see him play this year with the Spurs. I just hope he can stay healthy and just play the game that he loves. I don't want to put no expectations on him. I just want him to enjoy the game and be the best that he can be.
Okay. In the end, can you tell me who are your favorites for winning the Mundo Basket this year?
My sleeper at Germany.
Okay.
They are a sleeper team.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see the Serbia versus Italy game.
Okay.
Probably two of the better offenses.
Okay.
I think USA they're a different team, and you can really see the way they're gelling and playing together. In Canada, they're coming on strong. Who will I pick to win it all? I had France, so I don't.
But no one expected France to be eliminated. Yeah.
Germany's my sleeper, but I think it'll come down to seeding has a big seeding plays a big role. Lithuanians play really well. They're very big, so they can muck up the game. I'd like to see U.S., Canada, if healthy, Serbia can make a push. Australia's still there as well. It's interesting because you're seeing a lot of teams transition from the old to the new.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams are playing for their guys because they know this may be their last run this year and then the Olympics.
The last question, you said that your pick was France and no one really expected them to be eliminated in the first round.
Right, wow. So that was kind of wild to see. They had a good friendly schedule. They were beating teams. But you never know. Here in FIBA, you never know. It's not always your day. You got to find other ways to win. So it's hard to see. Hopefully they can get back together, figure out, reflect on what happened, and then get ready for the Olympics. I mean, it's in their lane, so I know they'll be ready. We'll see if Wembayama makes the appearance.
Okay, thanks for sharing your time with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.